like that. But this is Nintendo Voice Chat. We will be recapping the entire show that we just saw. I'm still sort of trembling. I've been waiting for this my entire life.
Are you sure about that?
So I decided to check out the Nintendo Switch live stream. You did it days late, Gundam. You suck. Because, yeah, I had other things going on in the sense of life and trying like hell to be a consistent YouTuber, but enough of my troubles and woes. I just got past watching the Nintendo Switch stream presented by IGNs. And I gotta admit, I haven't seen a live stream release of a gaming console this sad since PlayStation Pro launched. Do you remember PlayStation Pro? Do you remember PlayStation Pro launching? Just how lackluster it was.
4 lineup. PS4 Pro, November the 10th, 2016, priced at $399.
Is it the PlayStation Pro? And they hold it up and like 4 people clap. It was just like so meh. The Nintendo thing is so meh. They don't have any amazing launching games. Like really, the launch titles kind of blasé. Is Mario launching? No, it's not. So Mario isn't launching. They just showed it to you. They're like tickling you nuts with a feather. Here's the Mario game. Oh, cool. Is it launching? No. You have to wait another 2 years. Shit. I will do things that you'll consider racist, but I consider funny, so suck me. Let's see, Splatoon's coming out. I know Splatoon was huge. It was huge. Even Jim Sterling loves Splatoon, so I'm sure people are they're wetting their squids now for this. Zelda Breath of the Wild is supposedly coming out. Typical Nintendo. If you had the last Nintendo system, the Wii U or whatever, and you were waiting for Zelda, now you gotta wait a little longer till the Nintendo Switch comes out, then they'll give you the fucking game. I remember when I had Dreamcast, I was waiting for Zelda. I was like, oh my god, Zelda, yes. And then like Zelda kept getting pushed back, and then finally they're like, Zelda's gonna release within a Wii U, or whatever the fuck that new Wii was called. And I was just like, fuck you, Nintendo. I sold my GameCube. I sold all my games, and I never touched anything Nintendo again. I had it with Nintendo. Fuck Nintendo. I'm sorry. Fuck Nintendo. Alright, this press conference was lame. These IGN people here sitting there trying to pretend it was so great. Oh my god. I never seen such fake acting since the last porn flick I fucking watched. It is just so ass. They're like, oh, Zelda Breath of the Wild stole the show. Like, no shit, it stole the show. How hard is it to steal a show this fucking boring? Soy Bomb could have hit fucking Nintendo Switch's conference, and it would have been fucking mind-blowing. For those of you who don't know what Soy Bomb is, don't worry, little babies. There'll be a video to show you the magic of motherfucking Soy Bomb. The innovation of the Switch controller, Lottie friggin' fucking da. I'm sorry, but it seems like Nintendo is still chasing that juicy carrot they had with the Nintendo Wii. If you remember when the Nintendo Wii hit, it was a huge success. One, because PlayStation 3 was super expensive, like $600 for the 60GB model, $599. Xbox 360 was also not that cheap, but it was cheaper than PlayStation 3, it was just harder to get. Then you had Wii. It was very well priced. I mean, very competitively priced, like $250, $300, who the fuck remembers? And the fact that like you can interact with it. So a lot of families got involved with it, and you know, the kids and like, oh, we're skateboarding on the Wii, woo, tennis, you know, and all this other shit. Even old people were checking out. This is before, you know, iPhone was out. This is before iPad was out. So basically, Nintendo had the market to themselves for a gimmick, all right? Easy access, everybody can get into it, a lot of friggin' fucking die. As soon as iPhone and, you know, that the smartphones came out, that ship sailed. You know, now all those people that were casual gamers didn't need to buy a Nintendo because they had their phones, which they were already attached to by the hip. There are people who experience anxiety if they lost their phones. There's a study, go look it up. It's kind of scary how weak we've become. Not me, though. I'm old school. I could still use a Nokia and have a boner. Wait, what? Anyway, the smartphones came out and totally took the casual market. It took the passerby. It really cut that. Nintendo somehow doesn't seem to get this. Or maybe they do on some level because of the Switch, but we'll move on. So Nintendo, you know, basically they're still chasing that carrot. Oh, we gotta get these people back. How can we do it? The new Nintendo Wii 2 or whatever the fuck the last Nintendo was that had the same peripheral bullshit where you interact with the game. And frankly, it didn't catch fire like the last one because the smartphone industry. Now we have the Switch. Nintendo's still trying to do this bullshittery with the whole interactive controllers. You know, if people really want to use their hands and do shit, they go outside. I'm sorry. I looked at like the Rocket Punch game and I was like, fuck this. I can go hit my punching bag. Why would I want this? I could do something for real. But I digress. Let's keep on point. So Nintendo Switch has come out. And essentially this is Nintendo's answer for the fucking mobile market. They're trying to get back the casuals. Now with the Switch having the ability to be accessible and can go with you, now you can actually play games on that. Nintendo is hoping like hell this is a silver bullet. They're hoping this will be the thing that brings them back to the glory days of the first Wii launch. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. They just keep on beating that dead horse. Can it work? Maybe, but most likely not. Because how many people are really going to go through the hassle of carrying around this extra fucking tablet? Like for real. Really, how many people would bother? Now they show these videos of people on planes, they're flying, they're on road trips playing with it. But how many people really go outside that much? I mean, for real. How many people really travel this, have this sort of fun, whimsical trip across country in this old style 70s van? I mean, that shit was really obscure. It looked like the fucking van from Shaggy and Scooby, and those motherfuckers died in the 70s from a heroin overdose. What the fuck are you thinking, Nintendo? But really, who's gonna deal with this? Also, I hear the battery life is like, some people are saying it's 6 hours, some people are saying it's 3. But on the plus side, it really doesn't matter, simply because most people who travel have their own sort of backup chargers. So I could totally see people backup charging their Nintendo Switch while on a plane. The like 20 people who actually travel regularly. I'm hearing that the size is kind of pathetically small. Something like, what, 32 gigabytes or some shit, or 64? I can't remember. It's something unacceptable. If it's 64, that would make more sense, but I'm hearing 32. So if it is just 32 gigabytes, it's kind of like very small space to save your games and have the games installed there. Like, okay, I don't know. I don't know how this thing's working with that. I'm just going to skip it. But they are saying that it will take 128 gigabyte SD cards and shit like that. The tiny little micro cards you use in your cameras and whatnot. So, more shit you have to buy, more peripherals. I have to say, the press conference's presentations, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think, like, some things in Japanese culture still seem incredibly weird. Have you ever noticed that? Like, they have these sort of, like, gimmick things. Uh-oh, I'm wearing the Mario hat. Ah, switch to this. Yeah, switch me off of this shit. I was forcing myself to watch it. The Mario game where it's kind of weird. Mario is in a, like, sort of realistic world in the sense of, like, everybody's normal shaped and sized. Except Mario, Princess Peach, like, they're like these weird little midget people. Is that what this is about? Like, is this like an empowerment thing to let me know that Mario is actually, like, you know, he's disabled or something? Like, Mario is just a dwarf? This whole time we thought he lived in an alternate universe and he didn't. He's just a dwarf. And now we can, like, have some sort of pride for dwarf people. I mean, fuck, Mario's Vern Troyer, apparently. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't understand. And then he goes back into his normal Mario world. Like, what part's the real world? How come nobody's freaked out by the size of this tiny man who basically... Does Mario even have knees? I mean, this has brought a whole lot of questions that I never thought of before. Like, Mario's that short. Where the fuck are his knees? He doesn't have knees. They don't bend. What the fuck? This has ruined Mario for me. Gundam, you called Mario a midget, you asshole. Well, I don't know what the fuck. It's just an initial thought. Like, it doesn't make sense. He's got these giant feet, no knees. Okay, maybe he has knees for dancing. They, like, kind of bend, but they don't. Just like Vern Troyer's knees. I mean, okay, Mario's a little person. Fucking little people power. Let's do it. Big world, little planet, or little planet, big world, or little people, big world, whatever the fuck. The Nintendo Switch's accessories. This is what I saw on Twitter, people losing their mind over. And it seems to be typical Nintendo. Who, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking, and I don't care, because I'm not buying this shit. Okay, you can either get the Joy-Con controllers in a pair. They'll come in red and blue, or is that like red and teal? I don't know. They come in a pair for $79.99. That's pretty fucking steep for 2 controllers. It has sensors and shit. Yeah, it has sensors. It can tell when you tilt to the right or the left, or if you move back and forth maybe. Big fucking whoop. The only time I want to fuck with a fucking controller that has sensors is if I'm locked in full-blown 3D, the HTC Vine, and I'm fucking watching the best 3D pornography ever that I have to interact with my hands. If it's not that, Nintendo can fuck itself. Eat me, Shuhei Yoshida. The new Joy-Con controllers will be sold in pairs, right and left units for $79.99. The set will include 2 Joy-Con straps, which include larger left and right buttons. Colors include gray, red, blue, and a mixture of red and blue sets. Yum, yum. Individual right or left Joy-Con controllers will be sold for $49.99 because they know you'll buy it. You'll buy $49.99. But Mr. Yoshida, my cat takes bigger shits than your Joy-Con. Fuck you and your cat. That was horrible. I need Jesus. But really, $49.99 for this tiny fucking controller? That seems excessive. Very excessive. I'm not interested in the slightest. The Pro controller, which appears to be larger and more robust version of the current Pro controller for the Wii U, will be $69.99. Oh, yeah. Not interested in that either. I think I bought like my 360 controller for $29, and I bought my Xbox One controller for $39, and these cocksuckers want me to pay them $70 for their shit snack controller. Now again, the Joy-Con charging grip that allows 2 Joy-Cons to be combined to create a single controller will be $29.99, and an extra Nintendo Switch docking set that includes the AC adapter and HDMI cables, $89.99. Fuck, the docking bay is only a little bit more expensive than 2 new controllers. This pricing scheme is just dick. And what if you needed another fucking Nintendo Switch screen? Would you have to sell them your firstborn child too? I mean, if Nintendo's goal was to be, you know, the affordable console against the giants that are overpriced and so on, this is not working in their favor, especially when like the game library does not look that interesting to a passerby. As someone who isn't in love with Nintendo and has for years been kind of sick of Nintendo, that's why he hasn't bought anything from Nintendo, this pretty much turns me even further off. Even Zill. Fucking Zill was like, when I saw the internet bullshit, I was out. Which is true. Nintendo Switch's online service, free monthly games come with a huge catch. Well, with the Xbox One service, let's say for Xbox One, the backwards compatible Xbox 360 games that are actually yours to own forever. But on the Nintendo Switch, it means you have only a month to play the game, and then it is no longer available. You need to buy it to continue playing it. Even though we don't know what the paid service will cost, maybe it's really cheap, this is making people very upset. Okay, so what you're trying to tell me with this Nintendo Switch is you pay for the fucking subscription. They have a free game for a month. You download it, you enjoy it. When that month's over, they then tell you have to buy the game to keep going with it. Whereas to with Xbox and PlayStation, so long as you remain a subscriber, you still own that fucking game. Man, fuck. What the fuck is Nintendo thinking? This is a douche move. And apparently, people are pissed. Even the Nintendo supporters. You know you're fucking up when your supporters are fucking mad at you. Like, people who literally name their children after Legend of Zelda fucking characters are pissed off at Shuhei Yoshida. You probably got the wrong Asian name. I'm not paid enough to give a fuck. Maybe I'll give a fuck when there's money in my pocket. Remember, fucks begin with money. Now, there's also the whole Nintendo Switch paid online thing. For some people, a lot of people, this is something they don't dig at all. And the sad fact is you now know that on top of being online that you can't keep your fucking free game for the month. It's kind of shitty too. I mean, there's no redeeming qualities for the Nintendo Switch in my personal opinion. As a passerby, I don't even think like a gamer on a budget, even someone who likes console gaming, but still kind of has bills to pay, wouldn't just sit there and buy this shit the first day. Only the hardcore would still be interested in Nintendo Switch, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to be really real with you. I'm not impressed with Nintendo Switch at all. I find it to be very gimmicky. It's the typical Nintendo that we've dealt with for the past 10 years or so, where they're chasing that casual market. They really want to get the people who do mobile gaming platforms. That's why the Switch is designed the way it is. The specs on the Switch are subpar. Like, really, it's subpar. You can sit here and if you want to believe that it's still good for what it is, more power to you. But for me, there's nothing to write home here. Every third-party game, if it's on PlayStation or Xbox or PC, those are the better platforms to experience it. The real selling point for the Nintendo Switch is the fucking library of first-party games. Mario, Zelda, so on. The fact that people want retro Nintendo games. You know, they could be pumping these shits out on the Switch. Hell, they could pump them out on the fucking Wii right now and give people what they want for a fair price. But they won't. Nintendo won't. Nintendo has become insanely greedy. You may think I'm wrong here, but I honest to God feel like they are a greedy fucking company. Especially when they did that whole thing with if you want to use Nintendo game footage, you have to join their Nintendo YouTube network and they get a huge portion of your shit. What Nintendo doesn't get, that if anyone's watching Nintendo game footage on YouTube, it's not because it's a Nintendo game, it's because the personality behind the game footage. It's because some dickbag, for whatever reason, wants to play the original Metroid and enjoy it while adding his commentary. But Nintendo, for some reason, can't see the forest for the trees. And they still fucking have this whacked out vision that's like 1990 still or some shit. You know, even with that new Nintendo NES, a tiny little one that came out and they were all sold out. Nintendo could have stocked more in places, but they didn't. They sent a few at a time to retailers. Why? So they could create this sort of hype and demand around it. I don't even know what the point was. They could have flooded the market with it and made a shit ton of money. The only thing that Nintendo did with this move was they put a lot of money in the pockets of scalpers. Of people who are willing to wait around outside Walmart for a day or two to get like a shit ton of these little things, get on eBay and sell them for $400 or $500. The fact that there isn't any expansion on the thing, that you could add more games you want to the library. The fact that Nintendo will sit there and piss on fucking people who make, you know, some remakes of their games. Like someone did a remake of Mario 64 and it looked brilliant on Unreal Engine. Nintendo put the kill on it. Someone did a remake of Metroid Prime in 2D, updated the graphics, beautiful, true to everything, for free. Nobody's making money off of it. Nintendo could have put commercials on it. They could have made money somehow. They could have worked with the guy. They could have done something. You know what Nintendo did? They put the fucking kill on it and told him to eat a dick. And now they put out this Switch shit with these little fucking bullshitty smiles and these shit fucking clips of people having a good time, pretending to throw punches and shit. You know what I noticed about these Nintendo commercials where they show off people doing exercise in Nintendo? Nobody's fat. Nobody's out of shape. Nobody's unattractive. You know, like everyone they picture these like perfect people that do not exist. These perfect people, yes, they exist, but they exist in a different fucking microcosm of the world than we do. They're actually traveling and having fun. They're probably outside actually playing volleyball, you know, after the Nintendo Switch commercial's over. They're not going home to play Switch. Switch is fucking being exciting for someone like Boogie2988, okay? That's who Switch is. Like, the dude's like, oh, I can't wait to play ARMS. Of course you can't, bitch, because it's the first time you could throw a punch without exerting yourself. That was me. Everyone loves Boogie. Yeah, but the truth's the fucking truth. My mother's fat too. You don't see me being a pussy about obesity. God. Boogie's killing himself. He needs help. Yeah, he needs help to another buffet. Am I supposed to give a fuck? Guess what? I like cocaine, and I like attractive girls who like cocaine. I got expensive taste too. Nobody's sitting here doing a Patreon for me. Like the Gundam Patreon. Gundam needs your help. Gundam needs money for cocaine and loose women. And you see like a tear come out of my eye with an empty bag of coke. If only there was cocaine in this bag, I could get laid tonight. Won't you help, Gundam? Now let's all fucking give Boogie money. He can do big shopping sprees at home. Leave Boogie alone! Alright, it isn't about Boogie, it's about fucking Nintendo. If they don't lower the prices on these controllers and peripherals, they're gonna price themselves out of the market. I mean, really, this is not going to appeal to anyone on PC because all you have to do is get the new NVIDIA Shield because the Nintendo Switch is the old NVIDIA Shield. Hell, you could probably get the old NVIDIA Shield cheaper than a Nintendo Switch, so why even fucking bother? And you can stream games that fucking look better. Third-party games, like the fucking Bethesda announcement. We're excited to have Skyrim on the Nintendo. Yeah, I mean, of course you are, Todd Howard. You can smell that extra money, you fucking muddy troll. You fucker. Putting out fucking Skyrim again. Someone wrote in the comment section that I thought was hilarious. Somebody wrote, just you wait and see. Skyrim's going to be on like PlayStation 5 or 6 and Xbox 4. And I was like, yup. If they think they can get it right, no, they'll do it with Fallout 4. That's what they'll do. Like the new consoles will come out and they'll be like, now we can put out the Fallout 4 we wanted to make. You know, it'll have slightly less shit textures. Now Fallout 4 HD Remastered is here. And people are like, oh my god. Oh my god, Todd Howard is Jesus. I'm fucking way off my point. The point being, you know, I'm sorry. You know, Nintendo Switch, Skyrim, who gives a shit? Skyrim's on PlayStation 3, Xbox, PS4, Xbox One, PC. Skyrim Remastered. All like the consoles have mods. Well, just the Xbox. If you had to choose Skyrim to play on anything, if it isn't an Xbox or a PC, you're losing your fucking mind. I love the PlayStation 4 controller, but if I had to play on console, it'd be on fucking Xbox for mods alone. I don't even know what the fuck they're thinking there. Fucking Skyrim. Skyrim was awesome, like, what? How many years ago? Almost 10? I can't remember. That's how long it's been since I played the original Skyrim on PS3. Like, back then, this shit was magical. Now I'm a little tired of this shit. It's like an old bitch, you know? Skyrim is like an old woman. She used to be cute. You can still tell that she's attractive. Like, she's attractive, but she isn't what she used to be. And she's still trotting around in these dresses and high heels, and they don't look as good as they used to. Because, like, the legs are starting to, like, look, like, you know how old lady legs look when, like, they're still tight? But, you know, look at Madonna, okay? There. Skyrim is Madonna. Remember when Skyrim came out and she was just like a virgin, cute, and all this other stuff? And now we have Skyrim Remastered. It's just pointless. Fuck this. I'm way off my point. Fuck it all. I'm out of here. It's 20 minutes of filibustering. I apologize. I'm out. Forgive me. Forgive me.